Hello YouTube, and welcome to the landing pod.
Incoming awesome in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The landing pod. Hello, and for the first episode of the landing pod, I am very excited to say that I have some very special guests joining me on the show. I have been messaging backwards and forwards with these guys for a while now, and I've got them to agree to come on the show. And if you'd like to introduce yourselves, I don't want to give it away before you guys get to talk, so if you'd like to say hi.
Hello.
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 If you guys can recognize the voices, then well done to you. What we've got here is DRF, Mary, and Missy from the production team and cast of dadsRfunny. Now, if you don't know who dadsRfunny are, would you guys like to say like a basic description of what you guys do?
Well, we make videos on YouTube that are hopefully funny about Minecraft. That's kind of a summary.
Yeah, I guess that works quite quickly. You guys are currently working on a series, basically Mary and Dad's Minecraft Adventures. That's what MADMA stands for, right?
Yes, correct.
And in that series, if I get anything wrong, do correct me, but you guys have been stranded on a desert island of some description? Or just...
Correct. We are stranded and basically attempting to work out the details of not dying.
Sounds like a good plan, really. And then Missy, if you'd like to say hi again, just so we can work out which voice is yours.
Hello, I'm Missy Fenstrider.
And would you like to say what you do for the channel?
I'm the artist for the channel, and I do just basically anything related to the visuals. And that's pretty much my job.
So she's the person that creates all the fantastic artwork that you see on the channel in the background and also on their website. Now, we're just going to try and do a sort of interview / conversation, and we'll see how it goes. But if you guys do happen to hear any sort of feedback or background noise, do understand that all three... Are you all in the same room?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're all in the same room, so there may be some mic confusion, but hopefully we can sort any of that out if it does occur.
Yeah, I think on our end we're okay.
It's yeah, it's probably any sort of problems will probably be my end, but as I said, we should get past that. Anyway, I imagine what most people, in terms of your subscribers and people that are coming to your channel, will be interested in is whereabouts do you plan to go with the survival series? Do you intend to just keep it running continuously, or will there be some sort of conclusion?
Well, that's an excellent question, and really I think it boils down into phases. Today marks the last episode of Season 1.
Oh, right.
Episode 13, which is airing probably about the time that we're having this interview. And Season 2 is going to be a little different. And so we're going to see something a little bit new. I guess we could announce that we're going to have a new character that's going to make an appearance in the second season. And we really can't say a whole lot more than that right now. But I think you'll get a hint when you watch the last episode of Season 1, the one that comes out today, Episode 13. You'll find out a little bit more about that if you watch carefully. And the name of the episode is I Spy with My 7 Eyes. So
Oh,
I don't know
wow.
if that...
So there's a challenge for you guys. Go check out the episode and make sure you can see that. Because you, am I right in thinking you've got a competition running on that episode about finding the clues?
Yes, we have something that's very unusual. That's very maybe perhaps difficult to spot. I don't want to give anything away, but we're going to give out.
My dad and I are having a bet whether somebody will see it or not, and then if I win, I get these binders that I've been always wanting, and then if I lose, then I don't get them.
Who's bet that they will find it?
I think they're going to find it.
It's too small. I don't think
Mary, don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Okay, so if you guys want Mary to win that bet, then don't find it. If you want Dad, if you want,
I suspect somebody's going to find it.
Yes.
We have a lot of smart people that watch the show, so.
that's a nice compliment to your subscribers there.
And also, just to let you guys know, the folks that do find it first, person that finds it first is going to win a authentic, what's called, well, it's got a long name. It's called the Abandoned Mine Land Program. Not landmine. Abandoned. You don't want to find an abandoned landmine. Whoa. It's in rural states. We live in New Mexico in the United States, and we have a lot of rural land that has mines in it. And there are signs that people post warning people not to enter these dangerous environments. And you can see a picture of this authentic abandoned mine land program poster, and we're going to sign that and mail it off to the winner.
So,
Don't tell them, then now you're going to win. Now they're going to be all looking for it, and I don't get those binders.
It's on the website. Sorry to tell you, Mary. People are going to be looking for it.
Oh, you cheated!
But you know the trick is Mary already got the binders, so I guess it doesn't really matter either way.
oh, so the bet doesn't even count anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so is there anything like so when you say you're going to bring in another character in season 2, does that mean a permanent character or someone who's just going to pop in now and then? Or
Well,
can you not say?
that's a good question, and I think it might be potentially both. In other words, it may start out one way or the other and then change.
Okay.
So part of the uncertainty here is that we film these and think about the progression as we go, and we don't film a lot ahead. So we have a lot of options right now that are open.
Is any of it scripted?
Oh, that's a really good question. Typically very little. Now, a lot of people think, especially from watching the first 2 or 3 episodes, that a lot of it is scripted and perhaps poorly acted. But that's only an artifact of the fact that we lost. We were using an older version of Audacity when we filmed the first episode.
Yeah.
And also the third episode. Well, we were using it until recently, but the first and third episodes, we actually had Audacity crash on Mary's computer, and she had to essentially re-say all of her lines.
Yeah.
We knew what they were, but it is certainly not the same as saying it live, kind of in the moment.
Yeah, one of the sort of more memorable parts was when you sort of walk over the hill and find the sort of natural wonder that you live in, and you had to do the reaction to that, which I imagine the live version was a slightly more authentic thing.
Yes. Oh, painful. It's funny. I look back at those episodes now, and I just sometimes it just kills me to watch them. But one thing I found that takes off the edge is if you watch it with the auto transcribe on Google.
Mm.
It'll come up with its own captions for what we're saying, and they're pretty hilarious. Like Nigerians or on the roof or something like that. I don't think we said that.
Yeah, auto transcribe can come up with some excellent things, especially on animal videos.
Yes.
Another question. Have you guys always been so sort of tightly knit? Have always had such close bond, or do you find that this whole YouTube Minecraft thing has brought you closer together?
Well, I think certainly we always have been this way. What's only different now is that we're recording it, and that's an interesting question in the sense that I think some of the things that really got us started on this were experiences that happened to us before. One of the things that we did was we got rid of our television a few years back, and so I don't know. TV to me is really not as good as it used to be when I was growing up as a kid.
Oh,
we had shows,
I can
real
second
shows.
that.
Yeah, exactly. So we had real shows that had storylines and plots, and now it's really mostly reality TV and Disney animatronic children.
Yeah, my TV's currently sitting on my floor with all the cables hanging out of it because I just don't need it anymore.
Exactly. So kids, what do you think, Missy, Mary?
Well, I think that Minecraft itself has brought us closer together, I suppose, because we really had a lot of Minecraft experiences together, which may sound kind of cheesy, but we really enjoy playing Minecraft together. So I suppose this channel is really a product of Minecraft's
awesomeness.
Yes.
Okay. And how exactly did you discover that you all loved Minecraft? Did one of you find it and then show it to the others, or did you all just sort of discover it at once?
This is actually kind of a weird story. Basically, I had a science fair project, and it had to do with programming. And my dad was looking around for YouTube videos on games and things that were made in Java. That Minecraft's made from Java, the Java software. So my dad was looking around, and he found this video from C Nanners, which is if you don't know who he is, he's a very popular gamer on YouTube.
if you don't know who he is, you're not watching this video.
But we watched this video on Minecraft, and we thought it was just really cool, and my dad decided to get a copy of it, and we started playing, and eventually Minecraft grew into this whole multiplayer sort of thing, and we started doing multiplayer things.
And we bought another copy,
and another copy,
and another copy.
Does everyone in the household play Minecraft?
I want to answer this question. Okay. Okay, so my mom doesn't play Minecraft. She thinks it's the most worst thing in the world.
Oh, no.
Well, I think she thinks it's a colossal waste of time. She does think it's creative, don't you think? Or am I being too generous?
I guess that's sort of the mum outlook on all video games.
Yes. It's like when Cartman's or Eric's Stan's mom walks by the bedroom and while they're playing World of Warcraft, and she's got a laundry basket in her hand.
Yes.
I think that probably sums it up.
To all those people who are getting the South Park reference, then well done.
Oh, yes. Yep.
So, I guess I should say, I guess it's kind of weird me calling Mum, but I'll just say Mum doesn't play Minecraft, but Dad and Missy and Mary do. Is there anyone else in the house?
No, that's it.
No, but we have a lot of friends who do as well. We actually introduced Minecraft to a lot of people that we know, so...
Yeah, we have a whole nucleus of people in our neighborhood that we are the sort of patient zero of, or the, you know, the first infected person, if you will, in the zombie sense. I would say probably Nachos is at least 20 accounts at this point. Worth of dough.
I presume Good Neighbor Ben was one of them. Is it Ben?
Yes. Good Neighbor Ben. As a matter of fact, if you don't mind, I'll take a moment and kind of spell out some of the other folks that help us out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure. Well, Good Neighbor Ben, you can't miss him. He was the other voice in the first thing that we did, really, that was not an episode, that really, I think, helped us decide maybe that this might be fun to do, and that was the first short film. And it was just really, you know, earlier you asked, do we script everything, and we don't, but the short films typically are scripted. That's the whole idea, is to have a set and maybe characters. And so we did a very simple short film where, which by the way, also the short films also tie into the episodes because they are typically set in settings that relate back to the main story. And I think, as you pointed out, Ollie, in your previous video, they're not necessarily constraints on the series. They may relate to the series, but it's a loose relationship. So in this case, in short film 1, you're learning about Dad's previous job before being stranded, which was as a scientist at Redstone Weapons Laboratory. And in this case, he's humorously standing in front of a very deadly weapon system and is fixing it and asks the infamous question, or his statement, "I think we'll be ready in a minute." And then Good Neighbor Ben says, "Did you say ready?" And then, of course, the havoc ensues with the...
all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, all 300 RPM arrow dispenser kicks in, and then the rest is history. So yeah, Good Ben is a neighbor of ours. His name is Ben.
Yeah.
And
he's a good neighbor.
He's a good neighbor. So we use him, like any good neighbor, to come in and do some voice parts for us. But that was back, really, it was just us. And now we have a few other folks. One of the folks I want to mention as well is Cosmomantis on Minecraft. He goes by the name Cause, and Cause is a friend of ours and a friend of the family, friend of mine, and he actually made Dad's skin texture before the show started, just because it's a reflection of how I dress, and he thought it was humorous. So that's how he fits. And he's also an artist, like you and Missy are, and he built that for us. And we love it, and yeah.
Have well, actually, this is more directed at Mary and Missy. But have you been recognised by anyone your own age from the YouTube channel?
No, I don't think so, guys.
No, I
No.
never have. Well, people don't know my voice, so obviously I probably haven't. But no, I don't think anyone's recognized you, Mary.
No. One thing that did happen was I visited the server as myself, as the sort of the dadsRfunny character.
Yeah.
And my only brush with recognition is the first thing that this person, by the way, his name is Hippie Lols. He runs a server in the Netherlands. You'll find out more about that later. I've got some videos upcoming on that. But one of the first things he asked me was, and I was all excited, he said, "Why do you dress like a hobo?" So that was somewhat inflating. And put things back.
My dad always wears Hawaiian shirts every day.
Hawaiian shirts are a good way to go.
I would say
They're creative.
I only have the one. I'm disappointed in myself.
We'll have to send you a few.
Now, a question that you guys get asked quite a lot is what you use to record and the sort of software that you use to make the episodes. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Well, Mary, what do you use to record your audio? Do you want to tell them a little about that?
I record with Audacity.
And I also record with Audacity. That's how we record. We're going to take this kind of one step at a time. We each record Audacity. We use Audacity to record our audio tracks in the episodes. And in addition to that, we use Fraps to record the in-game video and in-game audio. So that results in a total of 4 tracks, 1 video and 3 audio, which we then input into an editor, which is called Adobe Premiere. And that program, just for listeners and viewers that might want to experiment, that program is similar to programs like Vegas, which I believe is made by Sony, and Windows Movie Maker. You don't have to get any particular program. Just any editor would do to start if you're interested in making videos. But I do suggest trying to isolate people's tracks individually. That way, if Mary gets a cell phone call, I'm sure that'll never happen. But if Mary ever gets a cell call, or maybe I make a noise and the chair falls over or something, any kind of audio that's on a particular track you can kill separately, and that's helpful for people who are new that may not know that. And of course, having the in-game audio on its own track is nice because you can modulate that as well, or increase or decrease the volume.
Okay. Also, as we've just had a question focused more towards Dad and Mary, towards Missy, I've actually had a person I was talking to ask me how you create the artwork based on the Minecraft skins. What do you use any particular software for that, or is it sort of hand-based and then scanned in, or how do you do it?
I basically just use straight lines in Photoshop. Basically, really, it's not really that hard. Basically, I'm just making squares and cubes.
So you're saying it's just regular artwork?
It's just regular artwork. It is a bit more difficult than organic round shapes, but it's just normal artwork.
And you say that the skins that you have are based on your actual appearances. Will you... I mean, a lot of people get this with commentator channels. Like, whenever someone makes commentaries over videos for a long period of time, the audience start asking to see them in person. Will you guys ever do a video where you can see you in the flesh?
I think we might do that, but it might be a way off in the sense that, well, a couple of points. We don't have a webcam, so we can't
help.
really. Yes, that would help. We can't really do right now sort of like a Minecraft chick kind of a quarter panel or eighth panel reverse video shot and integrate that in with the screen. I think that would be cool, but we can't do that right now, and that'll be something maybe in the future. We did experiment with our first, what we call cast play, Madma cast play #1, where we experimented with an actual video camera instead of using Fraps to take a picture of the screen, the monitor that was running the game. And that was mainly just to see how the audio would come off of the basically this one integrated video and audio combo channel or track. And we found that live shots with that, at least taking videos of the screen, can be problematic because the autofocus, for example, on occasion would wiggle a little bit, and you would see the screen get a little fuzzy. The audio actually turned out okay, but we would probably do that again. If we do that again and integrate live video, we would do it separately and record both the fraps so you could see the game, and then maybe intercut with video footage. But that would be from a camera shot at a 1080.
All right.
So it would not be webcam. It would be a little complicated. You know, we'd have to integrate all those tracks and stuff. But we're not going to do it like anytime super soon. But a related question, I think, would be, you know, people ask, as you said, when are you, you know, show yourself? So we get that question a lot. And then another related question is, will you do a live stream?
Yeah, live streams are getting very popular lately.
Yeah, we're gonna check into that. And one thing to remember is we're very new to YouTube. We posted our first video less than 3 months ago, Minecraft video. We had one video prior to that, which we had to remove because it had copyright material in it. So you could tell was out of the gate. And in the last 2.5 months, we've basically progressed from there, and that's one reason why some of these questions are probably going to be obvious to some people, like, hey, I've got a webcam. Everyone has one. Well, we don't. We're a little new to this, and that's kind of how that circles back, hopefully, your original question.
Yeah, that works out quite nicely. But do you think that over time you'll create new series to run parallel to the current series, or do you think that once Madma ends, you'll have to create a new concept, or do you think that once you reach that point, you would just take stock of where you are and then consider not doing it anymore? Is there like a timeline on your channel? Is there a point where it ends, or do you think that you're just going to keep going all the while you enjoy it?
Well, we're going to make videos until we don't enjoy it anymore. So right now, that seems to be, and I said this in a video previously, right now we're enjoying it and we're going to keep doing it. One of the things that we do that relates to your question in terms of how long will we do this, a related question is in terms of frequency. We only post 1 episode a week, and we get a lot of people who ask us, or maybe tell us, that maybe we should post more frequently. And for us, because the series episodes are so reliant on post-production editing, it's pretty difficult for us to do that. So we are keeping the 1 episode a week pace, and that's pretty comfortable for us. We can pretty much pull that off despite the other things in our lives. And so we'll definitely be expanding the series. We've certainly done that already. We've got the series, we've got the cast plays, we've got the Q&A series, which I don't know, it's pretty fun to do, and people seem to like it. And also, I guess, what am I leaving out? Well, the short films. Those are nice because we don't have a strict schedule. We just do them when we have a bunch of people here. And if you saw the last one, you can tell there were literally a bunch of people here. And Cameron, did you have a related response to the question?
We might start doing something where me and Dad start playing Terraria.
All right,
as
yeah.
a sort of little side series. And if you don't know what Terraria is, it's this sort of Minecraft-esque game that's gotten quite a lot of popularity since people like Yogscast started reviewing it. So we might try and play that as well.
Would you agree in saying that it's sort of like a 2D, not expansion, but adaptation of Minecraft?
I would say so, yeah. And I think it's more game-like as well. And it's
more traditional game-driven.
It is more traditional. It's a very interesting game. I like it a lot. Now,
you said that you got rid of your TV, so presumably that means that you don't do anything sort of console-based. But is that something that would never happen in the future, or would you... have you ever considered looking into the games like Fortress Craft and... I don't remember what the other one that came out quite recently. That again, I think you said the Yogscast. They covered it.
We do play on a console. We have this sort of projector system. We have a basement. We have a projector system that we use to watch videos on. And I play a lot of consoles, but I probably wouldn't actually play games like Fortress Craft and the other one that you have said that I can't remember the name of either, because they're pretty much they're very similar to Minecraft.
It's one of those things where you see it come out and you think that's it's an adaptation of Minecraft, but Minecraft does it better. So why would I play it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, except for like games like Terraria are actually really good compared to like Fortress Craft.
With Terraria, it's almost a different game in terms of it gives a different perspective to it, and there's different objectives, and there are NPCs in Terraria, aren't there?
Yeah, there are. There's like merchants and things like that.
What's interesting about Terraria is Camber Missy has played a little bit, and I have not played at all. So it'll be interesting when we do it.
So if you were to get started on that series, it would run on a basis of you having to be taught by Missy.
Correct.
Yeah, probably.
That could be interesting. No, I'm sure it would be an excellent series. I'm just saying that that aspect of it would add something different to it.
Oh, I think it would be quite humorous.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any sort of plans in terms of like celebratory videos for, say, landmark numbers of subscribers or views?
Well,
we have a sub roll.
Yeah, we have a sub roll. Do you want to talk about what that looks like, Mary?
Well, it's where like if we get to like when we got to 1,000 and
1,500.
Yeah, 1,500. We do like a sub roll where we get all the subscriptions that we have and show them on our video and thank them and things like that. So.
Do you plan on any sort of like if you were to say hit 50,000 subscribers, would you do any sort of competition involving perhaps you guys going onto people's servers or inviting people to play with you for a period of time, or any sort of, you know, sort of subscriber reward?
You know, that's interesting because we sort of do that now in the sense that one of the things that we've done is, as I mentioned before, one of our viewers that comments and makes a lot of great comments on each and every video is Max Warius, and he has a friend in the Netherlands named Hippie Lols who runs Ratville, which is a server, and we've already sort of visited there. And so we're sort of, I think, integrating that along the way. What's interesting is I think that people who do that because they typically don't have the interaction that occurs, you know, at some previous point in time. In other words, they wait to do that. And we're just sort of doing that on a daily and weekly basis, whether it's responding to comments or going on people's servers. For example, we're asking people if they have stable servers that are online, you know, fairly often, or 24/7, or, you know, something that people can rely on. You know, give us the IP if you want traffic, because we'll let people know about it. You know, if you're a subscriber and you're part of the community, let's make a, you know, a list of servers that all of us collectively go to. So I kind of think we're baking that into the cake from the get-go.
So you are willing to help any of your subscribers that ask for help getting traffic on their servers, or interest in anything Minecraft related that they have to offer?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you've got, well, for example, we've had people, you know, make the fan creations, and we wanted to put that on our site right away. We were, you know, honored and shocked and surprised that anybody would do that. So, and the videos were great. So, and, you know, in a way, your video, Ollie, is similar. You know, we get videos, for example, people saying, or questions, I should say, how do you make a server? How do you get started with YouTube? How do I XYZ? So we've taken those questions and then gone to our viewers. In one case in particular, I actually said, hey, viewers, can someone make a video, even though I'm sure they exist, on how to make a SMP server with Hamachi? And someone just turned around and made one in a day. And we posted that on our site. So that's the kind of stuff that I would not rather wait to do after 50,000 people show up. I'd rather do it now while we have the 2,000 people already.
Do you find it, is it a bit of a weird experience having that sort of influence over people?
I would say in a little way, because we're not really that influential, but in a small way, yeah. I mean, people... I've never imagined 2.5 months ago that anyone would say the phrase "Team Dad." or I'm your biggest fan, Mary and Dad, or Missy does great art. Can she tell me how to do XYZ? So in other words, the fact that people look up to us and value our videos and our opinions is quite shocking in a good way.
It's pretty cool to have real fans.
Well, there you go. I think Mary just summed up what takes me 4 minutes in about 4 words.
Yep.
Do you find that since your YouTube channel is growing, it affects your day-to-day life more? Do you find that where you've gotten more involved in it, that you have to focus more of your day towards it?
What a fantastic question.
I thought so.
Sometimes I would say yes. There's days where it seems to have no impact, and then there's been a few days where we're like, wow, we really need to get this done.
And Dad talked about it in the car every 5 seconds.
See, there you
Well,
go.
and then I also spend a lot of time doing like art and like comic panels and stuff, so I guess it affects me in that way. Spending so much time on it.
Yeah. Where you're not working directly in the show, do you still have to put in the same hours? Do you have to do is the artwork sort of a progressive thing? Do you keep adding to it?
Well, I'm doing a lot of artwork for it that you don't see, so it is sort of a progressive thing, but I don't think I put in as many hours as my dad does, because I'm not doing like video editing or anything.
Sure.
Although I do help him occasionally.
Yeah, I think the breakdown is that Mary spends her time actually in the episodes doing the sort of live, extemporaneous, the on the set kind of stuff. I do obviously that as well, but I primarily do the editing. And if we go back a little bit to your original video that you posted about how do you make kind of a channel on YouTube and how do you do it properly, one of the things you touched on was kind of making a concept or doing things in a cohesive way.
Yeah.
And part of that for us, and a very, very important part, I think, is what you see when you go to our channel and what you see when you go to our website, because the dadsRfunny.com site and the dadsRfunny channel is essentially at least it tries to be a single cohesive visual experience, and that's done because of the art that you see that's not necessarily in the episodes that Missy does on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, you can tell when you transition from the YouTube to the website that it's one thing. It's not two different things. It's the dadsRfunny brand of web page. You can tell that. Who actually built the website?
I did. I don't know. I think built is perhaps overkill in the sense that it's very trivially constructed, but the continuation of that building will be that we'll probably turn the site right now, which is really just a single page, for lack of time, and make that into more of a navigable, more sophisticated site that has sections, if you will, tabs, whatever. And so I'll be doing that as well. But right now the site, even though it's a little primitive in my mind, it serves its purpose. And we get everything on there that we need to, information about episodes that haven't even aired yet, which is nice if people want to kind of poke around and learn something that they wouldn't be able to necessarily figure out on our channel. And then also things like information about people who contribute. We have a lot of people who contribute.
Yeah, I mean, I've read through the site a couple of times, and you do get to learn a lot more about the sort of behind-the-scenes stuff from the website that you don't necessarily see on the channel.
Yep.
Does the website get a lot of traffic? Can you is there something that you can measure that with, or is it just sort of there?
There are web metrics, but I haven't really paid attention to that yet. I suspect it probably doesn't get a lot of traffic, but we are mentioning it on our channel page, and not necessarily to drive traffic there, but really more to just let people know that, hey, the YouTube channel is great, but you really can't put all the things you want to put on there. I mean, a great example is the videos that our subscribers have made for us. Fan creations, if you will. We really wouldn't be able to do that in an easy properly packaged way on YouTube the way we can on the site by having just a section for that, which will eventually be its own page.
Okay.
My dad's a computer programmer, so he can basically do anything.
All right.
Well, yeah. Ollie, if you want to send us anything in an email, and this goes for anybody listening, you can send it to info@dadsRfunny.com. That's kind of our first email address that we've got going.
Okay.
It sounds like you're cracking an egg in the background whenever you're typing.
Sorry, I'll try not to type too much when.
It's okay.
Oh, don't be mean.
Sorry.
By the way, Mary, do you like Ollie's accent?
Oh my gosh, I love it. It is the best accent ever.
Whenever I've been to America, people enjoy my accent.
It is so cool.
Speaking of accents, there's another channel we watch. I think they may be from Northern Ireland, the Half-Bakes, and they are...
oh yeah, the Half-Bakes, yeah.
Bethness and Iron Fruit, and they have fantastic accents too, but obviously different. Say that again, Mary.
They have super cute accents.
Yeah, and they're a little different than yours, obviously, but we love accents. Accents are so awesome. And I'm curious, Ollie, do you have a feel? I'm obsessed with accents, and I'm convinced that I really don't have much of one as far as the regional dialects in the United States are concerned. But do you get a feel for my accent when you listen?
Well, as an English listener, obviously I recognise that you're American, but in terms of like you don't like, from my very poor knowledge of like regions, I wouldn't be able to pinpoint it. Like you can recognise sort of very obvious ones like Texan accents and a New York accent and stuff like that. But
Arkansas.
But yeah, your accent, to me it just sounds like an American accent. That's what I'd list it as. Like a standard American accent. Well, what's funny is the reason I ask is we've had different viewers, and listeners, hopefully, watch, unless they don't have a ear as speakers on their computer. We've had different people ask us if we are from the UK, if we're British, and if we are Canadian, which
I could see maybe Canadian.
Canadian,
but not really.
you could get away with. British,
Not no.
No.
The one time I genuinely notice your accent when I'm watching the videos is that you pronounce the word roof. As roof. I pronounce it as roof, and hearing it as roof, it kind of reminds me of a dog noise. But
Yeah, like roof, roof.
that's the one word that I can really say stuck out for me.
Yeah, we're gonna try to figure that out. We are gonna look up the background of that word and the different regional dialects and figure out where we got it from.
We have people comment on that actually.
Yeah.
Well, on just the word roof.
Have you seen? That's pretty new. You may not have seen that, Ollie. Yesterday we posted a video that was like a Q&A for the last episode 12.
I got like part of the way through. I actually noticed one of the people, one of my subscribers that I sent over to your channel was one of the comments that you read out, which I found kind of cool.
Yeah. And that's one thing we love about the show is I kind of get the feeling from people that typically people don't answer comments. That seems a little strange to me.
Yeah, one of the things that one of the reasons that I pointed out your channel in my video was that you guys do tend to reply an awful lot to what people say, which is an excellent thing, but it's not an overly common thing.
Well, I know, but like people like Yogscast have so many subscribers, they can't just do it. They can't do it.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I
cool.
understand when people like the Yogscast or CNANers and people that have hundreds of thousands of people sending them messages every day, if they don't reply to everyone, mainly because there isn't enough time in the world for them to reply to them. But I do see quite a lot of channels that get a bit self-bloated in terms of they'll get to a point where they've had a certain amount of success, and at that point they decide, no, I'm too important to do this sort of thing. The only time before you guys actually messaged me back that I'd had any sort of contact with a larger channel was one of the machinima directors being rather unpleasant to me. I'm not going to lie. I won't repeat what he said because there are ladies in the conversation, and I'm an English gentleman. I won't spoil the conversation, but yeah, that's the only other time I've had any sort of larger YouTuber reply to anything I've said. But I definitely think it's a good thing that you guys are so involved in with your audience.
Well, I can say one thing that may also be a little counterproductive or counterintuitive is that I'm kind of glad we're not growing too fast, because I think that's exactly what might happen if we were. I think we get multiple subscribers a day, but it's not overwhelming. And right now, at least the comments that we respond to are genuinely interesting to read, and there are some that are lame. I'll be honest. For example, on our website, it clearly states every episode's air date and when the next one's coming out, and even ones in the future. I'd love to add echo to that, like future. But anyway, we also have it on our YouTube page, and so we get lots of people that I presume are little kids that maybe haven't thought to look. I hope they're little kids, not adults.
When's the next episode gonna come out?
Exactly.
When's it gonna come out?
Yeah. So there are a few comments that we don't answer now because we figured we're better off answering the cool ones, not the ones that are kind of like basic information that you can find on the site. And I try to state that clearly on the site that we typically respond pretty quickly. And if you don't get a message, fairly soon, within a day or two, that you may not get one. And the reason is typically because it's a basic question like, what do you use to record? That's clearly on there on the site. And there's a few other ones. And I can understand, as you mentioned before, about people that are busy. As the volume increases, the pile of comments that you don't answer, the types of questions you don't answer probably would grow because they're just, you don't have enough time to handle them all.
Yeah, I mean, something that has been very impressive about the videos you guys make is that the sort of constant positive response that it receives, because you'll find with a lot of channels you get at least almost a fixed quantity of negative feedback from people, because just the way the internet works,
I think that's called trolls for short.
Yeah, trolls. You get a certain number of trolls on each channel, but your channel seems to.
I love how you say trolls. Say that again.
Trolls.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you get a certain each channel gets like their quota of trolls, and then.
It's dictated by the internet.
But you guys have managed to say sort of troll clean so far. I don't know whether that's just because you've been very fortunate, or just because the quality of the stuff you put out has kept them at bay. Well, I think I should probably wrap it up now, otherwise people will be sitting through a very long amount of talking that I imagine it's going to take some hardcore fans to manage to take in everything that's been said, but there's a lot for people to definitely learn about you guys and your channel. And I'd like to take the time personally to say thank you very, very much for taking the time out of your day to come on my show and, you know, just to talk to me, basically. So, yeah, thank you very much for that.
Well, thank you for interviewing us. It's been really fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
And yeah, thanks, Ollie, for taking the time out of your day to do this. And wow, we're honored. This is great, and we can't wait to see the video. And we'll make sure to put a link on our site so people can watch it.
And I'll be sure to be.
And if they have speakers, they can listen to it too.
Yeah, hopefully they'll listen to it, because otherwise it will just be 20 to 30 minutes of a picture of Missy's fantastic art, which I'm sure people have spent 20 to 30 minutes of their days just admiring it. But I imagine the audio would enhance the experience greatly.
Well,
anyway.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so you've been listening to episode 1 of The Landing Pod with special guests of Dad, Mary and Missy from the dadsRfunny channel. My name has been AliensGT, and thank you very much if you've watched all the way through this. Hopefully you've enjoyed the format. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of The Landing Pod, be sure to put it in the description. And, well, hopefully we can continue making these. I've got some very special guests lined up for the next couple of episodes as well. And to all of you fantastic people, I say, keep on digging.